Are you looking for more information about conventional loans? Well, you are in the right place because that's what we're talking about today. So stay tuned. I got you covered. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Living in Greensboro with Lynette Selby. In today's video, we're going to explore everything you need to know about qualifying for a conventional loan. We'll discuss credit scores, down payments, mortgage insurance, and so much more. So let's get started. But first things first, let's talk about credit scores. So your credit scores plays an important role in the home buying process. Not only does it determine whether you can qualify for a loan, but it also affects the interest rate that you'll receive, which will impact your monthly mortgage payment. Here is some exciting news. So for those who are buying a home with a partner or with a spouse, you can now average your credit scores. So if one borrower has a higher credit score while the other one has a lower score, they'll average them out. So for instance, if you have a credit score of 700 and your partner has a 600 score, then your average score would be 650 above that 620 requirement, making you eligible for conventional financing. However, remember that for pricing purposes, they'll still use the lower of the two credit scores, which could affect your interest rates. But now I really want to emphasize that it is so important to talk with the lender before making any assumptions about your eligibility. Credit scores can vary and guidelines change, so always start by having that conversation with a lender. And if you're unsure where to find a reliable lender, all you gotta do is reach out to me. I work with several amazing lenders in the area who can guide you through that mortgage process. The next big step to tackle is down payment. So conventional guidelines only require a minimum of 3% down for your down payment. Yep, you heard that right. You only need 3%. You don't need that daunting 20% down to buy a home that many buyers think that they need. So let's break that down a little bit. So if you're purchasing a $200,000 home, that's only 6% down. However, it's important to understand that 3% down payment comes with stricter guidelines compared to a higher down payment. So while conventional loans offer better terms, assuming you meet the qualifications, there's also mortgage insurance to consider. And if you put less than 20% down, your lender will typically require mortgage insurance, which is built into your loan. So be cautious. If a lender claims that there is no mortgage insurance on a loan with less than 20% down, that could be a red flag. But the good news is that with time and equity, you can often remove mortgage insurance from your loan. Now, we got to chat about that debt to income ratio. So conventional loan guidelines have a cap of 43%, which means you can't allocate more than 43% of your gross monthly income towards expenses like housing, credit cards, student loans, and car payments. However, this percentage can sometimes be a little flexible depending on factors such as credit scores and down payment. Remember, calculating your debt to income ratio can be a little tricky, especially if you're new to the process. So I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's a good idea to reach out to a lender for guidance regarding your debt to income ratio. Now, lastly, let's talk about investment properties. So with conventional financing, you are able to use that conventional loan for rental and investment properties. You can also purchase a multi-unit property with a minimum down payment under conventional financing, provided you meet certain guidelines. So this opens up exciting opportunities for real estate investments. And there you have it. That's a quick overview of conventional loans for first-time home buyers. Remember, while these guidelines provide a general picture, individual circumstances can vary. So that is why it's so important to work with a mortgage lender who can assess your unique situation and guide you through that application process. So if you are a first-time buyer looking for more in-depth guidance on the entire home buying process, all you got to do is click on the link in the description box to schedule a quick call with me. We can discuss the entire home buying process, and I will answer all of your real estate questions. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing for more real estate tips and advice. So if you have any questions or if you want to share your own experience, please leave a comment below. Thanks so much, and I will see you guys next week. You take care. Bye-bye.